Traditionally, at the end of the Olympic cycle in figure skating, there is a change of generations. Former leaders, due to their age and achievement of medal goals, end their careers, making way for young athletes. In this regard, the composition of men in the new season has noticeably dipped. Yuzuru Hanyu has been the symbol of the male loner for 3 Olympics. In the last year of his sports career, Hanyu desperately wanted to land a quadruple axel to make history. It did not work out. But even with this crazy idea, he showed decent difficulty and became 4th in Beijing 2022. Now the idol of millions of Japanese women has focused on performing in the show. Nathan Chen has not yet announced his retirement from the sport, but everything seems to be moving towards this. The American won the World Championship 3 times. In February 2022 he became the Olympic champion. Plus, the second gold of the Games is also visible on the horizon, if the results of the Russian team are reset due to the doping case of Kamila Valieva. Chen has never been the same sports fan as Hanyu. Therefore, in the middle of the Olympic cycle, Nathan also took up studies at the medical university. Before the 2022 Games, the American took an academic leave, but now he can safely continue his studies without looking back at the sport. Chen's colleagues on the Olympic team are also in limbo. Vincent Zhou and Jason Brown have not yet spoken about the future, but the Grand Prix series is also being missed. Brown unsuccessfully tried to master quad jumps to compete for medals. He is almost 28 years old. At this age it is much more difficult to learn new elements. Zhou's achievements are richer, but there is a feeling that he also made the most of his abilities. Beijing 2022 silver medalist Yuma Kagiyama was considered the favorite for the post-Olympic season. The young Japanese suddenly burst into the ranks of the leaders a year and a half ago, and in the absence of Nathan Chen, he could well have achieved serious titles. Unfortunately, the beginning of the cycle did not work out for Kagiyama. First, due to an injury, he withdrew from the Japan Open commercial tournament, and then from the Grand Prix stages. At best, we will see Yuma at the Japanese Championship. At worst, the skater will miss at least the season. The timing of Kagiyama's recovery is not yet known. Yes, there is a rising star in the men's singles, Ilya Malinin. He started the season with a bombing run on the Challenger and made history with a quad axel. But this is a men's single, in which a few athletes have stability. Especially with the most difficult content. Ilya is already going to jump 7 quads in the free program. This is one of the highlights of the season. At about the same level, you can put Shomu Uno. Most likely, they will fight in absentia for the title of the best single skater in the Grand Prix series, and then the lottery. Everything will depend on the cleanliness of the rentals at a particular moment. Chances are at least a quarter of the participants in the Grand Prix. Junwon Cha from Korea performed well at the Finlandia Trophy. This season he added the second quad to the short program, and transferred all the combinations in the free program to the second half. Keegan Messing's stability is not going smoothly, but the skater is strong in the component part. But, objectively speaking, the Canadian is already the past of the figurine and certainly not the future. In the Italian derby between Matteo Rizzo and Daniel Grassl, Gabriele Frangipani was unexpectedly ahead. Last season, the athlete was unable to impose a fight on the leaders, but now he is clearly ready for great achievements. But the experienced Grassl and Rizzo won't give up just like that, especially since he owns all the senior quads. Another question is what will happen to him after moving overseas to Russian specialists. The Japanese Koshiro Shimada in 2018 won the bronze of the Junior Grand Prix final and did not shine for several years. But in early September, he became the silver medalist at the Lombardia Trophy, losing only to the Frenchman Adam Xiaohim-Fa, and updated his personal records in free and total points. There are also Kevin Amos, Maurice Kvitlashvili, Denis Vasilyevs, Camden Polkanen, Sun Sato, Kazuki Tomono and many others. Any of them can get on the podium and even reach the final of the series. But if you single out the most promising, then this is Sato, who is incredibly gifted technically. He is still 18, and behind him is a victory in the final of the Junior Grand Prix. The rest are crazy unstable, and they don't know complex quads. Well, as always, there is a chance that someone from the very dark horses will shoot. Last weekend, the traditional commercial tournament Japan Open finally returned to its classic format, with teams from Japan, North America and Europe competing in single skating. As expected, there were no Russian stars, and some foreign ones. Yuma Kagiyama, Brady Tennell, starred right before the start. As a result, the lineups looked like this. Japan, Seima Uno, Kao Miura, Kaori Sakamoto, and Rika Kihira. North America, Ilya Malinin, Jason Brown, Mariah Bell, and Mirai Nagasu. Europe, Daniel Grassel, Michał Bryczzina, Luna Hendricks, and Ekaterina Kurakova. Despite the absence of many of the best skaters on the planet, the participants of the tournament still had great fun. Katya Kurakova got high not like a child. Jason Brown became friends with Daniel Grassel. Luna Hendricks, in addition to general photos, enjoyed Japanese architecture. It is also worth noting separately the return of Rika Kihira. The Japanese woman missed the Olympics, but intends to continue her career.